What's going on, friends? My name's Colin. The other day I got a text from a buddy. He's like, you want to go riding? I'm like, absolutely I do. He's like, no, you want to go riding at night? And I'm like, well, not particular. I'm not a big night rider. I've got bad eyesight. I don't want that to get in the way. It's kind of a bad thing. He says, let's go to the Smokies. More importantly, let's go to Clingmans Dome. And I said, you know what the hell? I think it'd be cool to ride the Smokies at night, so that's what we're going to do today. And we're meeting at a place called Quaker State and Lube. And when they first told me that, I'm like, why are we meeting like an oil change place? And I guess it's a restaurant. I didn't even know about it. I've never heard of it until, once he told me it's out here. I guess there's like 3 or 4 locations out here. It's like a wing place. So when I first thought about it, like you go in there and like have an O-ring appetizer, give me a shot at 10W30, top shelf, make sure it's synthetic. Stuff like that. But I guess they got good wings. I don't know. I've never been there. But we're meeting there with a bunch of fellas, and then we're just going to ride up, probably take the back way, hit the bypass through Gatlinburg so we don't have to go through all that debacle. So, if you've never been to Gatlinburg, stay away. Let's just put it that way, unless it's the middle of the night. Otherwise, you're going to have traffic. Man, what a view. That's where we're actually heading into. We're actually heading over that way, per se. But what a view, man, coming off this hill, and you're going to see the start of the Smokies. One thing about Knoxville, and particularly where we live, it just seems like there are hundreds of back roads, and they all get to the same spot. So, like, even though there's main roads like the one we're on now, this is called Chapman Highway, and this road will go all the way to Sevierville or Pigeon Forge, and then going the other way will take you all the way back to Knoxville. Now, where we live, I'm like centralized as you can be. It seems like I'm like around 30 minutes from everything. I'm 30 minutes from about Pigeon Forge, 30 minutes from Knoxville, 30 minutes, well, about 25 minutes from the Smokies. Before I actually moved into my place, I was in interim housing for about 45 days. And the road I'm on right now, which is actually a really fun back road, I had to take this every day, and I didn't have my bike at the time, but I was using my truck. And that's what I was talking about earlier. There's so many like back roads out here that kind of get you the same place. The one run right now is actually, it's a sort of a bypass to avoid Pigeon Forge, but if you keep straight on this road, I think it goes up another 3 or 4 miles, it will kind of take you out right on the edge of Pigeon Forge, and then you're heading towards Gatlinburg, and then you're heading towards the Smoky Mountain National Park. So, funny story, that's the place we just met at, and we're heading out. So I'm in an Indian group. Go figure, right? Nicest bunch of people. I've got a good buddy named Jeff, who's, can't really see him. He's not right in front of me, but he's right there, pulling to the right. That's him right there, with his missus with the American flag helmet. But I've rode with him before, and he's been in a previous video of mine, actually, with when he let me keep my bike out here for about a month and a half while I was in the transition of moving, so I didn't have a place to put my bike at my place. But anyway, long story short, he invited me tonight. I thought it was going to be like 2 or 3 people. It ends up being like 25. So he's part of an Indian group, and just sitting down and meeting all these folks over there, they're just the nicest people, all welcoming me and talking about how great the Tennessee riding is. So I can't wait to enjoy this. I have my elevation turned on the GPS, and where I live is about 900 feet above sea level, and already we've climbed about 300 feet. And we're actually going to 6,600 feet. And I brought a jacket too to throw on, but right now I've just got my jersey on because it's still 77 degrees. But just in the last like 5 minutes, it's dropped almost 3 or 4 degrees. And we're actually heading to Clingmans Dome. So, and that is the highest point of the Smoky Mountains, and I believe it's 66 something, and where I grew up, or where I went to school out in Colorado in the San Juans, they were like 10,000. So I scoff at you 6,600, but honestly, these are beautiful mountains out here. So We're coming up to the Gatlinburg Welcome Center up here, and then we're going to take the bypass around so we don't have to go through that cluster. My dumbass didn't listen, even though he told me and I did pack it. We just haven't stopped to pull over to get dressed. So we are now at 63 degrees, and when I left my house, it was at 90. And I think when we were starting the Smokies, it was, 78, 79 degrees. So it's dropped almost 50 degrees. And my nipples are really hard right now, so it definitely is a little chilly. And but still, regardless, having an absolute blast on this road. And we started at around 1,000 feet, and now we're at 5,200 feet. So we are climbing like crazy, and as we climb, the temperature drops. So if you do decide to go here at night, do yourself a favor, even if it's 90 degrees, make sure you stop before you get to the Clingmans Dome road and don a jacket. We're heading to the top. All right, we are officially at the top. It is 59 degrees, so sure enough, it dropped about 20. Oh, it jumped up to 60, and we're at 6,333 and 32 and 31. See, we're dropping down right here. Now I'm at 28, but we're going to go back up. But what an outstanding ride. It's amazing the temperature change in just 10, 15 minutes. Incredible. And then the clouds came out, so it's hard to see kind of in the evening, but clouds really kind of formed around us. Not raining or anything, but when we were riding up here and seeing the sunset, didn't seem like there was hardly any clouds at all. And then now they all rolled in. So I think we're going to all stop and take some pictures here, what's left of it. But you can kind of get an idea of what I'm looking at. Through my eyes, oh wow, that's just so damn beautiful. I know, we thought it was going to be clear, and that's smoky. Beautiful, though. This is what I'm looking at, and here's our group. You can kind of take a look around here. All these Indians. There's like one or two Harleys. I think I'm the only adventure bike in the bunch, but what a great group, man. So we're going to sit up here, take some pictures, and then we're going to head back down, and I'm going to have my damn jacket on. I'm good. Nice meeting you. We'll talk soon. Hopefully we can ride again. I hope so. Definitely. That's the kind of people I've met, man. Just outstanding folks. A cool 62 degrees as we leave the top of Clingmans Dome. And we are headed home for the evening. And right now, I think it's almost 10 o'clock here. So I believe it's like 9:45. So by the time I get home, probably like an hour and 15 minutes. A little late for a ride, but man, I thoroughly enjoyed this. Well, we're all taking our time getting down this hill, because normally I do not ride at night, as I said at the beginning of the video, but oh well, it was well worth it. And now I get to check out my lights on this thing. I added some extra auxiliary lights and some fog lights, and they're definitely lighting up the road. It's nice having these bikes right in front of me to kind of get a nice visual. So I hope you guys enjoyed this ride as much as I did. Now get out there and ride. Be well, and I'll talk to you guys soon.